Hey guys, this is going to be a quick as possible starter guide to Starbound, covering all the basics that you're going to need to get started on your planet, get exploring and getting where you need to be. First thing you're going to need is to try and get past this wonderful character creator. It is absolutely awesome, got so many features to customize your character with, from fins to all different race specific things. Really fun time customizing all that. When you're done, click OK, let's go. When you start the game, this is probably the first thing you're going to see, which is your quest log. This quest log will help you get through most of the things that you'll need to learn in the game. It starts you out by finding your mining equipment, which is the meta manipulator, and you can press E to interact with various objects in the game. Here we can see your inventory. You can just grab everything with shift click. Just shift click everything into your slots there. You can rearrange them by simply clicking and then placing them into where you need them to be. Left and right things over there are actually where your weapons go. It's your left and right hand. You can put your mining equipment in there and switch it out with the Z key. But yeah, to select your middle button there, you will need to actually press the tilde button, which is a little button next to 1. And yeah, there we've completed our first quest. Our rewards are 10 pixels, which is basically the currency for the game. So it's very worthwhile doing these little quests. They help a lot. Pixels basically used to buy things from NPCs in the game, as well as other crafting recipes. Once you do that, you'll get your next quest, which is basically craft a crafting table. A few things I want to point out. The chest in your ship is probably one of the biggest ones in the game. It is 64 blocks, which is quite useful, so you'll make use of it, put all the things that you want to keep in there. And yeah, it's a central location to store everything, so I highly recommend building most of your things in your ship. Also on your ship, you've got a 3D printer, which allows you to print mainly decoration items. You put the little item in there, take some pixels to scan it, and then it will appear in this list where you can choose it and reproduce it for the cost of pixels. It doesn't actually require any kind of materials. So yeah, very useful. You can also add tech that you find throughout your planet in this little tech item here. That's basically special powers for your character. You can have up to 4 there. Yeah, they're quite rare. Be a while before you actually find one. Next we have your fuel compartment. This is where you put all the fuel for your ship so you can visit other planets. You simply put the items in there, click the little red fuel button, and it will load the fuel into your ship. It takes quite a lot of fuel to get around from planet to planet, so yeah, you're going to be spending a lot of your time collecting coal, which is the lowest tier fuel source. To navigate, simply right click to zoom out. You can see your planet's solar system and the nearest planets nearby. You probably won't have enough fuel to get there until you get about 20 or 40 gold, depends how far it is. And there's the whole galaxy. You can see you've got a hell of a lot of planets to explore, each with their own little solar systems that you can visit. When you left click on the planet there, it'll give you a rough idea of how much fuel you'll need. That is a lot of fuel, so you'll be mining for quite a while to getting that coal. If you're lucky on a higher tier planet, you can use other fuel sources like uranium, those kind of things, but you're probably not going to find that in your starter thing. And then yeah, you can just click go and you'll be on your way. Let's get down to the planet though and see what we need to do while we're there. First thing you'll need to do on your planet is get wood. That's pretty much what you need to do. You need about 24 blocks to get your starting equipment done. That'll be a crafting table, an axe and a pickaxe. Pickaxe is much faster than your meta manipulator. You can switch out between your Z key, as I mentioned earlier, between your sword and your mining equipment, but if you don't like that, you can just put it on a number. I find that a bit easier. You can also dual wield in this game, which is awesome, so you can put 2 one-handed weapons in there. And then you see you can't really get to that middle slot even by using your scroll wheel. What you need to do is actually press the tilde key. That will select your L and your R buttons. But yeah, just basically chop down these trees, get as much as you need, roughly about 24 as I said. It does take quite a while in the beginning, as you can see, but don't worry, the new equipment that we build is much faster and much better than this meta manipulator. Okay, that's what coal looks like if you're looking for coal to get around from planet to planet. Wouldn't really recommend mining it now until you get the stone pick. It's just going to take far too long. But yeah, the next thing you will need to get is actually stone for the stone picks. You need about 20 of them to get your first equipment done. While you're mining, you're probably going to stumble across quite a few creatures. Not all of them are hostile, but quite a number of them are, so just be prepared to switch to your tool and just get your weapon out. Here comes something quite interesting. Some kind of toucan, yellow toucan. Oh yes, it spits blood. That's just fantastic. The monster design is really interesting, so you'll probably have a lot of fun seeing what the monsters can do with you. They can chuck rocks at you and everything like that. Very interesting. Yeah, but yeah, just keep mining, get your 20 stone, and then go back to your ship so you can get everything crafted. Next thing I should point out is you can mine the back walls by holding right click with either your pick or your map manipulator. You can get quite a lot of resources just by mining out the back wall as well as the front wall, normally enough to get you well on your way, so yeah, highly recommended that you do that. Another thing to note is that you can mine a single block at a time by just holding the shift key. If you don't, then the map manipulator mines a 2x2 area while the pick mines a 3x3, so that's 9 and 4 blocks respectively. Quite fast, and this is a much more precise way of doing it when you're building. Speaking of building, simply select your block that you want to place, left click to place it into the foreground and right click to place it into the background. Very easy. Okay, great. Once you have all your starting materials, you just want to convert your unrefined wood into wooden planks. 24 of them should be enough. Then all you need to do is find your crafting table on your craft menu by pressing C. Look for it, click on it, it shows you the materials needed, and then click the craft button, which is down here. There we go, quest complete. Next quest will give you food, which is pretty basically from alien meats. You get those from killing aliens. Bows will give you a 70% chance of drop, whereas a sword will only give you about 50, so I'd highly recommend that you craft a bow as well, but not necessary. Then you'll just need to go down and get your stone pick and your stone axe. Give those a craft. That will make mining and chopping down trees as well as vines much quicker. After that, I would highly recommend building a campfire. Very useful when it's nighttime or raining on your planet, as you will start to get cold and you actually can die from hypothermia. There's a little bar at the bottom of your screen that will show you your heat level. Also, you can see your hunger bar at any time by pressing the Alt key. It will also appear in the bottom middle of your screen like your temperature gauge. You'll probably find plants on your planets, as well as when you're farming. You can just click E to harvest them. See, it'll give you a seed as well as the actual fruit or vegetable, whatever it is, that you can use for replanting them. Not all monsters on your planet are hostile. You'll just have to approach them and try and remember one by one which ones don't attack you. Music changing also is quite a good sign to tell if something is hostile or not, as it will normally change a bit before you actually start getting attacked. A great thing to do in the beginning is to explore the surface or the entire surface of your planet. You'll eventually go around to the other side and end up at the start, so you can just keep going. There's normally lots of chests and things along the way. Also, that white container there, as you can see just in front of me, holds pixels. You can hold control and move your mouse around to get a better view of your surrounding area. It's quite useful, and pressing control again will send to your camera. While exploring, you'll probably see these caves, and inside will be these vines. Very useful to use your axe to get these and get plant fibers, which are used to craft bandages. Bandages will be your main source of getting your health back in the beginning of the game. Very useful, and it only takes around about 4 of them to make a bandage. One of the most convenient things about having everything in your spaceship is that you can get to it anywhere on the planet. See this icon in the top right there? That allows you to get back to your ship. So as long as you're on the surface, you can go and regen your health, craft anything you need straight back at your ship. This is kind of the layout that I aim for when I'm first starting a new character. I basically want all my tools and everything inside my ship, as well as a bed. You can craft everything conveniently here, so when you leave your planet and go look for a new one, you don't have to recreate anything. Also, having a little farm here for your wheat is very useful for getting food for when you get hungry. It's generally not a big problem in the beginning, but once you start getting higher tier armor, you tend to last a bit longer. Also, the bed is a great way to regenerate your health for free if you're running low on bandages or you just want to keep them. Next up, I'll just show you how to load your fuel. Simply click E on this, put your coal or whatever resource you want to put in there, and then click the fuel button. This will permanently convert the coal into fuel. As you can see, that's not really enough to get us anywhere, so you'll need to mine coal for quite a bit to get to where you want to go. Most of your surrounding planets should be threat level 1, so yeah, feel free to explore when you do have the stuff, but just remember, getting back might be a bit hard until you find enough coal to get enough fuel to get there. I think that's pretty much everything that should help you get started in this game. It's really fun exploring all the different kind of planets that you can find and seeing what is there. Really haven't seen the limit to everything there is. Remember, you've got your quest log to help you get started, and just work at those quests gives you nice money and should keep you in the right track. Thanks guys for watching, and if you enjoyed this, please like and subscribe. See you all next time. Cheers.